Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I'm Maria Cribbs.
And I am Josh Cribbs. Welcome.
Welcome to another gloomy day here in the CLE, baby. The Cavs still on fire, Josh.
Yeah, they on fire.
You know who they play tonight, though?
Yes.
Oh, viewers, how y'all doing? We
Yeah,
hope wherever you're watching us from, you're looking just as good as, you're feeling and looking good equally. I'm sorry, but I get the Cavs are.
They on fire.
But tonight's going to be a tough one. It's
my
the Boston
issue,
Celtics.
it's the Celtics, but I would argue that the 76ers, I think that was a good matchup. So these games, they're not blowing everybody out. They're actually, these are some good games. They're just winning. They're coming through, coming back, and they're winning. They're putting in the hard work. My problem is that I know the tickets are going to start going up. Because they keep winning the tickets. I'm like, dang. So I'm going to hop on there and try to, because if not, we just going to have to pull some strings.
Yeah.
We got to get in the building, go to a suite.
Josh just walks in the buildings.
I'm just saying, but still, I got to have a seat. I can get in, but.
Ryan, what's this thing? What's this Cavs frog?
Yeah, Froggy.
Who's Froggy?
He's Cleveland vibes. There's kind of like this. She actually is a Cavaliers like fan mascot. Yeah, she was actually in here on the Big Play Cleveland show yesterday.
I saw that, so I want to know what's up. Okay, is that a new thing or what?
She's just a fun, magical dancing frog that says Cavs win. Oh, that's pretty much it.
Magical. So good luck.
Yeah, when I go to
the good luck frog.
Now, when I go to Vegas, any casino, but really Vegas, I got my little silver frog I carry with me. That frog ain't really lucky though.
I'm about to say. You probably want to switch up on that.
Right.
That's your money frog. Yeah. That's where that comes from, right?
Yeah,
the money frog.
It hasn't been too lucky. But okay, shout out to the Cavs. Hopefully they can seal the deal tonight against the Celtics.
Right.
I think it is on a away
game. Keep it going, man.
It's
Keep
an away
it
game,
going.
Josh, so you good with
It's
the
tough to win in other, in another arena, but they've been doing it. They've been doing it.
One thing that ticks me off though, when like I try to turn on the game and it's not on our TV.
Oh,
I don't like how you got to go to certain networks and have certain streaming devices to watch the game. Like I feel like those should be
they're going a little bit beyond.
They should be on local TV.
Like you got to pay for, and I guess it's a business because ever since I think Prime Video does the football Thursday night.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awkward not being able to just turn on regular cable
TV.
Local and get
especially to watch your local teams. I can see.
I'm like, I gotta log in. I done forgot the password.
Gotta scan the barcode on your screen.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta do the password over again. Forgot password.
Okay, so look, because you said business. Speaking of business, that fight this weekend,
Tyson and Jake Paul. Yes.
Okay, I want to go to, first of all, Netflix, what was up with all the buffering? Like,
man, that's going to provide memes for a lifetime, a generation. There'll be They was already memes, Ryan, talking about if Netflix hosts the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah. And they show the game, going down to the wire, and then it start buffering.
Crystal clear, though, no buffering on Mike Tyson's cheeks.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They showed his whole entire behind.
Yes, they did.
Now, did they not have, like, professional... Did Netflix take over like the production as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it seems like people who are regular producers of fights, they know what to get and how to stay up top.
Right.
They just was, or maybe they did it. Maybe they did it on purpose.
Intentionally. Yeah. Well, okay. So whoever the cameraman,
because it got everybody talking about it.
I think because the fact that the cameraman,
he stayed down there long enough.
Because once you panned over and see cheeks. As soon as you pan over and see cheeks, you go away. He stayed as Tyson walked away. Like, come on.
And it wasn't like Janet Jackson in the Super Bowl where it was and then
right. The cameraman knew exactly what he was doing.
Mike just was flaunting them off. Like, I've been working. And it was funny because of the memes. They was talking about how he speaks.
Yeah. But we were so upset. I mean, we had Netflix on about 3 TVs in our house.
Yeah, and the phones.
The phone, it was just
like whoever could finish buffering, that's what we watched the fight at. The TV finished buffering. All right, we back to the TV and we mute all the phones.
Right.
And then the TV started buffering. We like, oh my gosh. So we had to go back and forth. I don't think we really saw a continuous fight.
They weren't set up for that.
We didn't see a continuous fight. Over 60 million people streamed in live. But you can imagine how many people tuned in and then was like, man, the joint buffering. Right. And then had to just cut it off.
One person that had it legit on their phone was our son Izzy. And I was like, get out because I don't want to prematurely tell me what's going on. Go to another room.
His phone was ahead of where we were.
Okay, what kind of Wi-Fi he on?
But let's talk about the fight, man.
Let's get the thoughts on it. I got some comments, Josh. So, You want to just go to our thoughts, or
let's go to our thoughts and then go to comments.
Here were some of the comments.
Maria, hold on.
Our thoughts, okay.
Yeah. I just, I had made a statement to see what everybody was thinking about. I first and just summarize the fight. Mike doesn't have it. He's not Mike no more. All right, he's 58, 59 years old. That's not Mike Tyson. That's like me getting out there trying to return one touchdown for old time's sake against some 20, 21-year-old guys who can run 4-3. It's not going to happen.
So you couldn't do it? Is what you're saying? That
I could not run a 100-yard touchdown like I did.
Come
back
on,
in the day. I couldn't.
They can't do it anymore. Regardless,
I pull a hamstring.
They haven't done it since you.
Ooh.
Mike, I need about a year.
Preach,
Mike
Ryan.
had
Preach,
months? I need about a year.
All right.
To get in shape for that.
All right.
But I'm not 58, 59.
That's
I can
true
punt
too.
to you.
You see what I'm saying?
I'll punt
I
to
can
you.
do it at 40, but not at 58. Mike didn't. Mike needed to go somewhere and commentate. But I did appreciate the respect that Jake Paul showed Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He didn't knock him out. He could have.
Yeah.
He could have started landing, just started going at Mike. I'm younger, I can take it. And he didn't. And then at the end, he bowed to him like, man, it ended up being, in my eyes, a charity exhibition. Where no one gets knocked out, because he could have knocked him out. He could have hurt Mike.
I looked at it as it was entertainment. Now, a lot of people saying that it was rigged. I'm going off of.
I was sad.
Unlike you running up and down the field, and then people actually coming to attack you. I feel like boxing is a totally different sport. It's mental.
It is.
And
you out
both
there by
of them
yourself.
had the guns. They was ready to go. I feel like Tyson was holding back. I
think he was trying to survive.
Or not, I seen the videos of him
training,
leading up to this. All the training he was doing. He was getting it in. So why? It seemed like he was on some type of sedative. Like, why was he so calm? And I watch Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. I watch his podcast on YouTube. He love the mushrooms. So I'm like, did they give my brother some mushrooms?
I don't
why
think
is he so zen, so calm? You can't be like that going into the ring. And I feel like Tyson was holding back.
Well, the rumors true
entertainment
of the contract. They said some contract rumor said Mike wasn't supposed to knock him out. The match had to go.
I don't know. There were some certain stipulations, but I think at the end of the day, what it was, and you saw it play out this way, was Mike Tyson came out in the first 2 rounds. He didn't look like the old Mike Tyson, but he looked like he had energy. He was striking fast, and he really won the first 2 rounds. That's great. But after that, he was just straight gassed.
That's what I saw.
His legs gave out. And then after that, Jake Paul, he just had to survive. And then it was all him.
It was survival.
He had the young stamina.
It is tough. Maria, we did boxing, right? We trained at boxing.
I boxed for years.
We was exhausted. I was an NFL athlete, and I went out there and tried to box. And it took me like a month to train every day.
It wasn't no we was exhausted.
Okay,
he was
I
exhausted.
was. Because they was trying to kill me out there. I was like, man, I got to sit down. I sat down like I am now and rested for longer than the time of a round and went back to work. But it's a lot of work.
So in that case, did you feel like
I think he was trying to survive.
After the second round, you see Mike Tyson starting to lose his legs and his energy.
I think they should have gave him more time in between rounds.
Do you feel like Jake Paul could have really? Do you feel like he should have hammered into him then? Like,
no, I think Jake Paul saw him done.
So then you saying
he saw he was done.
So you saying it was entertainment?
I didn't want to see Mike like that.
If we in the ring,
it was entertainment to see if Mike was going to throw a punch. But I saw Mike my whole career, my whole life. I grew up on Mike.
Right.
So I was disappointed when Mike lost to Lennox. When he bit Holyfield ear, I was disappointed because everybody was rooting for Mike back in the day when he was knocking people all out one round and making everybody mad that he spent $75 on pay-per-view for 5 minutes. So I was like, come on, Mike. And then I was like, that's not Mike.
I know. I'm
that
telling
wasn't
you.
Mike.
All right,
well,
let's go to commercial real fast and come back and talk about some of the comments.
All right,
don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. We are talking about the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. We're going to go straight to the comments and see what the fans had to say. First one, it was rigged as hell.
It's rigged. He got
paid. We got played. Mike don't care about his record. He just want the money because it was scripted. One of the rules was he couldn't knock Jake out.
I don't think he could have.
And I got a lot of this.
I think Jake could. I think Jake could take a few punches from Mike. Mike is 58, 50. Like, his power punch would just probably stun him. But how often can you throw a power punch?
So you don't think regardless of someone's age, 58 or not, if they're still staying in shape?
I'm telling you, it matters. Staying in shape and having that punch. Athletic ability is a fleeting talent. All right, I think we have to understand that your 58, 59-year-old power punch is not your 20, 30, 35
You gonna have some of the
power
seniors
punch.
in them little vitality resorts. They're gonna be upset with you, Josh.
They're gonna be getting knocked out. If they try to, they gonna get knocked out by these youngins.
Josh love the seniors. He just don't think I got that punch.
They don't
anymore.
get that power.
Them seniors be getting it in
other ways. Not in the ring. Look, I love Mike, but that power punch and people don't understand in boxing, it takes a lot of energy to miss too. Mm-hmm. So when you throwing these punches, if you ain't landing, it takes a lot to hold back and to try to throw it again. And I seen Jake was throwing a few jabs that was hitting his time to react. His reaction speed was down.
That's why I'm wondering about the mushroom.
Reaction time.
Like Mike
he was throwing them
so
jabs and it was taking him a minute. I'm like, if Jake strung together some jabs, some combos, it was over. And I would have been like, no, people would have been mad at Jake if he would have strung together a combo on Mike. If he'd have been,
yeah,
because he had it in him.
Right.
He done it in previous fights.
Yeah.
But we didn't see Jake fight. I knew in the first round Jake wasn't really boxing.
Y'all know I was looking at him with the side eye, like, how you gonna fight somebody 58 years old? But I love the fact that
he a businessman.
He bowed down.
He bowed down to him and he didn't knock him out, man. I did this on Instagram. Respect for that. Respect.
I still want to ask the viewers, do you think the Tyson versus Jake Paul fight was rigged? Yes or no? What do you think? A lot of people said the women's fight were more entertaining. The women fighters. Yeah.
I agree. The undercard fight was a lot more entertainment. They was going at it. And they was fighting kind of like how I said, well, not how me and my brother was fought. Like, it don't seem like they were blocking at all.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't block. They were in the
they were eating punches.
Exactly.
The women were.
But the girl,
that was the best fight I've seen in a while.
That's what everybody was saying.
The one who lost her eye, man, she was looking like Rocky.
Yeah, Amanda Serrano, I believe her name is. And a lot of people thought she won. Her name's Serrano, her last name.
I thought she won,
and a lot of people thought she won, and she was just straight eating. Neither of them were. They were just...
Yes. It
was crazy.
They was throwing combinations at each other, and it was landing. I'm like, damn, you couldn't see that? But they was eating it and then throwing punches.
I would have loved to have been able to see it, but I was buffering Netflix. Thanks for that. And then, but
you know what? No.
What?
Their fight was not buffering.
It wasn't buffering?
Their fight was not buffering at all. I think.
No, I kept trying to get on the Netflix.
Netflix didn't plan on 60 million people cutting on at one time.
Buffering.
Right.
Oh, you know what? You were at home trying to get on.
But that just tells me, look, I still watched it, and maybe yours buffer, but it wouldn't. But mine ain't buffer at all during the undercard.
Mine's were because I was at the game.
Oh, because
you got the Hoban game watching it.
Your cell service. But when the Mike fight cut on, everything started buffering. I'm like, every few seconds, and this was everybody.
But I will say this: some of the what do you call it, undercard fighters?
Yeah, undercard fighters.
I wish I would have. I mean, I feel like I be watching boxing. I didn't know any of those guys. I want some names that like, where's the McGregor don't fight anymore, right? He wouldn't be an undercard anyway.
Right.
Devin Haney wouldn't be an undercard.
See,
I just want some more like, we got a lot of Cleveland boxers. Like, where are they? Why they not?
These are opening acts. Right, that's how you look at the undercard. The main event, of course, is your heavyweight.
But we got a lot of boxers here in Cleveland that could have been on undercard.
Right, but they're not. They won. You know, you had to be selected for this. You know, and I would think that you had to be a part of their kind of boxing federation or camp.
That makes sense.
To be on their undercard. And if they probably would have to pay. You know, what I'm saying?
Should have had Tiger in here to ask him his thoughts on the fight. I would have loved to hear from a true boxer's
He probably would have been saying the same thing. It was rigged. He probably would have said something like that. Like, man, Jake could have knocked him out. We all know how Mike used to fight. That wasn't it. Yeah. I didn't want to see Mike out there barely moving his feet. And every now and then he tried to move his feet. Every time he sat down, we knew how tired he was. He was gasping for air. Like he was sucking it out of a straw.
See, I didn't see him gasping for air.
Yeah, he was tired.
The few times that Netflix allowed me the privilege to be able to watch.
He looked like he was having an asthma attack.
Brian, was he gasping for air?
I just think he was
I'm telling you, round 3, he was done for. He was gassed beyond gassed.
Do y'all feel like he was on some mushrooms?
No, I wasn't thinking about that. I don't think you prepared for a fight that long and then medicate on some mushrooms before the fight. I don't think you waste your training.
I know somebody that used to have to take Valium before NFL games.
Why she got to? Who
so excited?
Who the hell else you would know? Like.
So then why couldn't Mike possibly have been on a mushroom? A little microdosing?
Because it's not really medicated like that. It's like saying I took such and such cc's of marijuana. It's not regulated like that. far as like if you only do this dosage. It's not you can't regulate how each usage will affect you as opposed to me. So yes, I used to take Valium. I was giving Valium before games to bring my my heart rate down so I wouldn't have asthma attacks after big runs. So after each big run, Ryan, I'll be done for a quarter because I'll be having an asthma attack on the sideline. So they had to figure out a way to regulate my heart rate so my heart rate wouldn't be after each return. So I used to take, I took one volume and it was too much. I was too lethargic. I was out there like man, everything was a blur. And they was like, that's too much. Then a half a pill, same thing. So they would give me a fourth of a pill and I did the trick. And I stopped having to use my asthma inhaler as much.
Perform better without the Valium. I feel like that takes away the adrenaline.
I was able to counteract that. So that's why I said 1/4 of the pill was perfect. Because I didn't have to go out of the game.
It wasn't the games you was getting knocked out, was you using the Valium. All right, go talk about the Browns.
Look at her, she's trying to start a lawsuit or something. Like, that wasn't the game you was getting knocked out.
Let's talk about the Browns, Josh.
Yes, let's talk about it when we come back.
Oh, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Return. Now, Josh, your Browns, baby, they went down to New Orleans.
Yeah, they went down to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And disappointed.
First of all, hold on. Josh loved going down to Louisiana because everybody talked to him like, hey, baby.
Yes.
They got that accent down there.
I did.
That Creole,
I enjoyed it. We before the game,
all kind of love.
Before I played the game, I remember we went to the casino, Ryan. Okay. And this young lady came up to me, hey, baby, like that.
Hold on, like, you ain't telling me that part.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it was a young lady. She walked up and was like, hey, baby.
Like a older
and I was
woman,
like, oh, man.
Like about 75
She came up with the Creole, lingo, and it kind of swept me off my feet a little bit. So it might be some cribs running around. No, I'm just.
Goodbye. My husband got a whole nother family down in Louisiana.
I got a Creole family. I just, I didn't want to
get to the Browns. I didn't know it was gonna go there. I'm sorry, y'all.
I didn't want to just surprise you, on the show.
But who this? He look about 12 years old.
Got that Creole in. Okay, anyway. Anyway,
crazy.
So Ryan, I want to show everybody that poll, the 2025.
Would you ask?
What would you want to see? Who would you want to see at quarterback? And the show, our show, put it up. And it's the interesting thing is none of the quarterbacks that we have now. So everybody wants to see somebody different. And, from whether it been Deshaun, everybody trying to move on to him and calling for Jameis. I want to spend some time on this, Ryan, just a little bit because Jameis went over 300 yards. He almost hit 400 yards passing.
That's what he do.
And we only had 14 points.
Yep.
He almost went for 400 yards. And we were only able to put up whose issue is that? Because we're not winning. You telling me if Deshaun had put up 400-something yards and we're not winning, it'll still fine. We'll still figure out that it's his fault. So whether Deshaun is in it, it's not about him. You have a quarterback now that's throwing for over 300 yards, almost 400 yards, and offense was only able to put up 14. Like, what remedy is there for this offense to try to put up some points?
Yeah, I mean, it should have been at least 20, right? You look at the missed field goals from Dustin Hopkins. You didn't finish drives, a couple fourth down conversions that you weren't able to pull off. That's pretty much it. Yes, it was weird they only put up 14 points when you look at the numbers. Judy over 100, right? Elijah Moore had that deep touchdown, about 40-yard touchdown. You would have thought the offense played pretty well. And, I mean, outside of, executing in the red zone, punching it in for 6, they really did play pretty well. The story of this game was the defense. It was atrocious. A ton of miscommunications, lack of effort. You saw guys giving up on plays. Juan Thornhill was jogging on that MVS long touchdown. And, I mean, that's unacceptable, right? I mean, you're 2-7, now 2-8 after that game. They're just packing it in. They're veterans that most of them know they're not going to be here next year. They're packing it on the season, and it's sad. And you can blame the coaches. You can blame them for not keeping together the locker room. But it's just a sad state of affairs that the Browns are in.
The sad thing is that through all of that, it was 14-14.
Right.
So that just lets us know that they were in the game, no matter how the defense was playing, no matter how the offense was playing. The missed field goals, no matter. It was 14-14. they still had a chance at halftime to try to win the game despite all the problems and issue that they were having. And we could say that the team looked like, the defense looked like they were going to quit, like they were quitting. Thornhill, he was, even though he was supposed to sprint, he wasn't going to get him. I get it. Yes, I get it. Still looked like he looked like more like he was hurt rather than, jogging.
Well, that's what they're saying. Some people are saying he's still nursing his calf injury. Yeah. He's not 100%. But if that's the case, then why is he out there?
Right. I agree. Because if not 100%, why you out there? But one thing that's for certain is that there's still a lot of miscommunication.
Yes.
But there's still a reason for that. They're being outcoached. Again, I said this weeks ago that the jig is up on Swartz, meaning that a lot of teams are gaming the hell out of our defense and putting them in, whether it be taking advantage of the man coverage. And I've seen we switch with zone a few times, what I think has helped us. But anytime we go into that man, they're getting us in, putting us in bad and uncomfortable situations that leave guys on the island.
Yeah.
And they're gaming us.
Yeah, I mean, that was the case last year, right? We had plenty of instances where the one touchdown they'd have in a game or the two touchdowns they'd have in a game, it was because it came over the top and there was just miscommunication. And ever since probably week 10 of last year, it seems like exactly like you said, Josh, Jim Schwartz has been getting figured out and can't have it. You simply cannot have that.
And not just that. It's again, we said it, miscommunication. All right. But when we looked at the offense, 14-14, and they had opportunity to steal after, they went up. I just don't like our offense. Even though Winston has over 300 some yards, almost 400 yards, when it comes down to it, we're just not explosive enough. It seems like there were miscues, and then as I watched the film back, everybody just was covered. They were in a good defense. It was nobody open several times. When we dropped back to throw the ball, hey, they called a good defense. There was nobody to throw it to. A lot of times we would see long overthrows, but it was just Winston just throwing it away because there was nobody there to play, kind of a stalemate. They got us a bunch of times. I'm looking at our offense, Ryan. I don't think Dorsey's it. I know that, you said, and we already said that he's probably gone next season. I don't think our offense is it right now. I don't think we can win with this. And, us having over 300 yards passing and also not coming away with – what's up with Dustin?
I would like to simply blame it on the fact that just this is the season from hell and everybody's playing horrible and it's rubbed off in every aspect, even Dustin Hopkins.
You shouldn't give people passes because we would have seasons from hell when Josh played.
Right.
But he still did his job. You can't miss 3.
No, there's no excuse for it.
You know what I mean?
It's no excuse for stuff like that.
Right.
Like, it probably hurts him. It's more wear and tear to miss because it looks like it's out of his normal realm of kicking. It seems like it's easier for him to make those chip shots than not. It's mental with kickers. A lot of times it's mental. It makes Bubba Ventrone look bad, right? Even though he has nothing to do with the mentality of a kicker.
Right.
And coaches generally don't go over and disturb the kicker a lot. They can go over and say, hey, you good? And then they look back, I'm good. But if any coach ever go over to a kicker and say, you good? And he say, nah, man, I don't, then it's a problem. How can a coach fix a kicker? You can't. That's their one and only job.
Josh, but you are a coach, right?
Right.
What do you say to your kicker? What do you say? Like, is it like, how is that ride home for Dustin Hopkins? Like,
right.
Who's saying what to who?
Well, he's on the island, right? Every time he steps out there, it's him. His timing, whether he does everything perfect, you got to be, you have small chance for a mistake. But he's a veteran kicker who we brought in to just make the field goal.
Right.
And he's been doing that and been solid thus far. He's won games for us, several games. That's why this is such a,
like, dang.
What the hell, bro?
What the heck is going on, right?
Yeah, what the hell, bro? Like,
I
if I'm the
kicker
coach,
missing one. NFL,
that's my statement. The hell, bro? We was cool. We about to have beers after the game. Win or lose.
Wait a minute. Are you and
what the hell, bro? That's
we
the hell.
so used to the Phil Dawson era?
That's past. I'm not used to that no more.
We might be like really hard on people because we're like, you can't get a field goal. You gonna miss not 1, not 2, but 3, homie. Like, what's good, big homie? Come on, man. You got one job,
and that's the statement. What the hell, bro? Because
he probably at home saying it to himself. What the hell, bro?
Yeah, that's unlike him.
He's talking to the man in the mirror.
He missed a field goal.
He didn't
then
miss
he came. Hold on.
Okay, you do
it.
He
came and then missed an extra point.
Yeah.
somebody jumped off sides. It was like the league was saying, we're going to try to keep this close. Yeah, it was a holding. They pulling the guard, pulling the guy on the offensive line, the field goal line. The league was trying to say, hey, man, come on, Hop. What you doing? And missed it again, even closer.
He just tried. He was in his head and he overcorrected himself. I mean, we see kickers do that all the time. But I mean, you're a kicker. You just got guaranteed money this offseason. You got your extension, which was well deserved. He was amazing for us last season. But that goes to show why you don't give kickers guaranteed money, because they're so wishy washy. It's not
his leg.
Yeah.
It's his head.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly though, you probably test this. Sometimes it's easier to fix your leg than something mental like that, especially if you're in a position like a kicker.
So if I was I was a returner.
Said if I was.
If I would have dropped a punt, they'd have been like, oh, man, buff the punt. Come on, you good, Cribbs, let's go. If I did it twice, man, check on Cribbs. He still got a concussion. If I would have did it 3 times, what the hell, bro? It would have been like I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
So I give D-Hop, what the hell, bro? I think we all like, what the hell, bro?
What
you
the
our
hell,
guy.
bro?
I don't want to move on from Hop. A lot of people say, on to the next. No. What the hell, bro? Get it together. You the guy. I don't think we need to go anywhere, Ryan.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, there's no point in being that, reactionary. Listen, it's one game. It's a very volatile position. Now, if this continues and to the end of the season, you're going to bring in another kicker for competition. But, I mean, there's no sense in bringing somebody in right now. 0 sense. Right.
And I got more Browns to talk. We're going to take a commercial break and more Browns after this. Then I'll let you take it, Maria.
All right, be right back. Welcome back to The Return. Now, we still talking Browns over here now.
Yeah, we still talking Browns. Ryan, would you be surprised if they fire Coach Stefanski after this season?
I would be disappointed. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, listen, if you finish this season 3-14, 2-15, a lot of coaches don't survive that regardless of how well you had the season before. And Kevin Stefanski has certainly built up cachet. I mean, not nearly the amounts of a Tomlin, of a Harbaugh, of an Andy Reid, but he has been the most successful coach since he came back here in 99. But this is a critical week because the last, I believe, 6 coaches that the Browns have fired, it's come after a loss to the Steelers. And I have a feeling we're going to lose to the Steelers. I don't have a lot of optimism. I hope that Jimmy Haslam won't be reactionary dramatically to this. I think he's still the right guy for the job. I think a lot has gone wrong. I think he was put in a bad position. Now, I can still say that Kevin Stefanski has had a bad year. He has not coached amazing. He gave up the play calling. I can say that.
There's no problem with that.
But I still think he's right for the job, and I still think he's the best thing that we've had here since the franchise came back. And I think to push that away, to be that overreaction of this season as a whole, I think in the long term, it's just going to make the rebuild, quote unquote rebuild, a little bit harder.
100%. I think a lot of times that's Cleveland for us, right? Cleveland, we're reactionary. Our fan base is like, man, we got to get somebody else in here. Half of us already calling for him to get fired. Coach of the year twice. It's a roller coaster with Coach right now. This is an off year. Obviously, but we have a lot of talent. And he tried to correct some things. Giving up play calling, I know it was tough. So you see him evolving to doing what's best for this team.
For the team. Yep.
Right? He's doing what's best for this team. It might not be what's best for the city because only thing that's good for the city is wins. That's the only thing they care about. If you ain't winning, they don't care about your awards or nothing. They get you out of here. But when I look at, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Coach Stefanski should be the coach. You get rid of coach, now you got even more of a building process. When you make statements
saying that, I mean, you say since we've been on this show, it always comes down to coaching. So when you say we 14-14, man, what's the problem? Doesn't it still come down to coaching? Well, and if it does, then what are we going to do about the coaching?
You lose the game 14-14 by 34-14, I think was final. You lose that because of coaching. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just on Coach Stefanski. A lot of times it's easy to say, oh, your head coach, because he's the problem. But it's defense. The head coach can just call out certain people like, hey, the defensive backs coach or the secondary coach. And sometimes the head coach survives, Ryan. This.
Why not let some of them go opposed to getting rid of the head coach?
And that's how a lot of times head coaches
usually they get rid of the head coach and the entire staff.
They get rid of whose fault it was.
If one person's the problem, why you gotta get rid of everybody else? This doesn't make any sense.
So one area I think, which is very disappointing for me, is Taylor. One of our most staples on the offensive line, right? It's Taylor. He gets our baby Big Thanos. He breaks his ankle. getting ran over. They show the replay. Teller getting pummeled into Big Thanos. Big Thanos, he's done for the year. That was very disappointing for me because not just that he got ran through, is that you got ran through. Just imagine the film study, right? That's something that a head coach.
So hold on, his teammates didn't get his guy.
That's something that the head coach will walk into the team room and put Teller up on the screen and look at this guy. That's what the head coaches do. They point out plays doing, like man? That. Like, look at this guy.
I tell you what you was doing, nothing.
And they got the red dot. Look at this guy. Just watch this guy and watch Teller get walked and dump trucked back into Big Thanos. I keep wanting to say baby because he's young in his NFL career.
Yeah.
He got ran through and fell backwards into Thanos, into DeJuan Jones, and ended his season. That was so disappointing for us to see that, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, our whole offensive line this year has been, I can't even think of a word for it, right? I mean, you came into this season, both your tackles were coming off a season-ending surgery. Yeah, Jed Wills has been an absolute disaster. He has not lived up to first round, 10th overall pick nearly enough. Picked up his 5th-year option. That was a mistake. Yeah, DeJuan Jones, he came in. He was a little overweight. He played horrible at right tackle. He did. Compared to what he did last year, he looked great. He played horrible beginning of the season. They switched him over to left tackle. He seemed to lose a little bit of weight, get back in better shape, although he should have been before the season started, but he seemed to be good, and there was a chance that you were hoping, okay, maybe he can be our next franchise left tackle. Now that gets set back, and what really is dangerous about that, when you have a guy who's dealing with weight problems, now he's going to be off of his feet for 6 to 8 months, that's never a good sign.
Right. Your
guards, you look at Joel Bitonio, he's probably going to retire, I would imagine. I don't know how you would want to play football anymore after this year. And it sucks. It sucks. And Jack Conklin has a giant injury history, and he's expensive too. So everything about this offensive line, there's question marks all around.
I think, we couldn't have lost our coaches, even though his son last season, ended up getting a head job. What's his name? I lost my
Callahan.
Callahan. It couldn't have been a worse time. Especially in their careers, being veterans, super veterans, and just the amount of money is on that offensive line and youth in DeJuan Jones. Couldn't be a worse time for Callahan to leave. My last question on the Browns, man. We play the Steelers. Win or lose, Ryan? I'm gonna go around you first.
Oh, lose.
We got lose. Maria, what you think we're gonna do this weekend?
Taking that L.
We're gonna take an L. I think we're gonna win. I think it's one of those games. I think this is like a Baltimore game.
Who is your dealer?
Did you say who was my dealer?
Sure, it's not Josh on those shrooms.
Josh,
y'all think I'm on drugs?
Yeah, I think let me check his pockets, man.
I am biased to the dogs, right? I am biased, but this is, to me, it's going to be a game like the Baltimore Ravens. We just get up against. I think we didn't hit the mark as it related to the Bengals. We usually do, but I think this is going to be a trap game for the Steelers. I think we match up well against them. I think we're going to keep it basic, and I think, again, Jameis Winston will have a hell of a game. And it will show up more in the win column. I think Hopkins will knock down the field goals. He's going to be back on track. So if we do the things we need to do, if our defense do the things they need to do, I think we win this game.
So maybe you know something. That when it comes to the Browns facing the Steelers, would y'all play extra? Like, would y'all be extra fired up because it was the Steelers?
I don't know if I did that purposely, but I had extra in the tank.
Yeah.
I played very well against the Steelers. Most of my kick return touchdowns came versus the Steelers.
Right.
Most of my accolades came versus the Steelers.
So the Browns going to have something to prove on Thursday
and
night.
They need to.
Right.
And it's for our fan base. I played good against a good Steelers team who went and won Super Bowls. So my best games came off of a Super Bowl team in the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now, if
whether it's one in a wildcat or in kick return or in coverage.
Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm gonna put them those
yourself.
highlights on social just to remind everybody. Hey, we can take advantage of them.
So with that being said, if we happen to win against the Steelers on Thursday night,
I'm gonna let all y'all know.
Does that buy Stefanski more time?
Of course. I don't think he should be on the hot seat at all anyway.
And before you go to commercial, I see you breaking over there for commercial, Ryan. My bad. If real quick, what you said about Jim Schwartz.
Okay.
The jig is up on the defense.
I think he just
what
needs
do we do? Like,
I think he needs to get into his playbook. I think he needs to dig out some different defenses. I think he needs to just, get his guys to do better.
Can he call upon some friends who
He's a great coach.
Okay.
I think he's a great coach.
But there might be some coaches out there that ain't coaching right now that can add value to whatever he's trying to do because he was killing it last season.
He got a consultation. He got a consultant in Vrabel, who's a defensive guy who can help. So they got the tools. They got to access them.
All right, we're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to The Return. Now, this segment is brought to you by our friends at Affinity Whole Health. Now, Affinity Whole Health offers personalized treatment plans to help people feel better. They are the experts in semaglutide for weight loss therapy and testosterone replacement therapy. Affinity has been around since 2012 and has helped nearly 10,000 patients. Their team can help you get more energy, increase muscle, lose weight, and keep it off with injectable semaglutide. Now, it's quick and easy to get started. Affinity has 2 offices and 2-day delivery on treatments that get shipped right to your doorstep. So don't wait any longer. Click the link in our show's clips to set up a free consultation, and you can check them out at their website at affinitywholehealth.com. That's affinitywholehealth.com.
Is it wrong that, Brian, when I hear the Affinity Whole Health reads, I always think about how I could see myself using it to perform better in the bedroom.
Ooh, Harold. You don't need no help with that. You don't need no help with that, baby.
Is that not a big reason why people go there?
I think that's a lot of reasons. Like,
of course it is.
Like, it makes me think about that commercial. Like, what do you work out for? So I can look good doing sex. Like that meme.
I ain't never seen that. What's
it's a meme. It was like somebody asking somebody's like why they work out.
Yeah.
So they can look good during sex. That's the only reason.
Everybody has their reason. I think the thing, and I did a post about this, my issue is when you're struggling with something, but they have resources.
There's a resource, right.
Like don't just sit there and be self-conscious
Low
about
energy.
your issue. You can go get your issue fixed. And
your mood.
Yeah.
All that can be fixed.
Trying to get your muscles back, your testosterone, because hormones affect your whole body. And in Infinity's saying we got things to help. If your hormones are imbalanced, we have things to help you. Why not partake?
I sent Maria
when it comes to the injectable weight loss
and our
therapy,
sex life is
hell. So,
like,
okay, so look.
See,
but seriously, when it comes to the injectable weight loss therapy, that semaglutide that they're talking about, I have people that I know personally that are trying to have their doctors put them on that, and they keep getting rejected. So Affinity Whole Health is saying, hey, come over to us and let's see what we can do for you, because some people's,
and
their practitioners are saying no.
You.
Work out. And they're like, I ain't worked out all my life. I'm not gonna start now. Give me the shot.
And tell them the crib sent you. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, so there's a thing on TikTok that's trending.
Okay.
Talking about women in male fields. So what
women
this is,
in male fields.
Yeah,
okay.
I love the fact that you don't know anything about it. I think Ryan took a peek at it. But it's women doing things that traditionally men are known for doing, right? You're probably thinking of the workforce, right?
I'm thinking of at home, because I just did all them leaves. And I was like, it'd have been good if I was just in there watching stories.
And I was out there doing
Atlanta
that, right?
Housewives or something. And you was out there busting your tail.
Right.
That would have been a sight to see.
A sight to see, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I want to, true or false, we're going to read some of these. And y'all tell me if it's something that guys typically do. First one, planned a date with him. Then when the day came, I asked him, what you doing today? # women in male fields.
So if a girl did that instead of a guy, because that's what guys do.
Yeah, like wait a minute, we got a whole day. Who else you booking dates with? What you mean? What am I doing today? We going on a date, right?
What you doing today?
Right.
Because we forgot, really.
Now, ain't that you forgot? You forgot which one you said the
Ryan,
date up
I
with.
wouldn't have forgot.
Yeah, I've never done that one, but there are a couple on here that I am
For real?
guilty of.
You
yeah.
want to admit to him?
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Never done that one. Never done that one.
Oh, this next one. Kissing him on the forehead after telling him I don't want any photos together because I just like to live in the moment. # women in male fields. Now you know what that's about, right?
Kissing him on the forehead. No, tell me.
Like, boo boo, don't post that photo. I like to live in the moment.
See,
so
I do that.
So
you do
guys
that?
would do that.
Yeah, I don't like pictures, first of all, and like it's nobody.
Right.
You don't need to put that on
Stop
social
putting
media.
it out there for everybody to see.
You're not doing it for you.
Right.
Like you're doing it for other people to see, and they're gloating.
So they can see you happy.
It's weird and it's artificial.
There you go. Stop trying to have everybody in our business. Stop trying to show that you are happy or whatever. Hey, we're not that happy.
No, it's
Stop
typically the guys doing it because they juggling more than one. So they don't want you, like, don't put me on your social.
No, it's like we not as serious as we not serious
how the
enough.
ladies, see, that's not how the ladies taking it. Okay,
Hey,
this next one.
I'm just having fun. We having fun, man. We're not in a relationship. Don't post that.
This next one says,
Don't nobody supposed to know about you. Go ahead.
I like to live in the moment, but I'm low key.
Nah.
Okay, so me after pulling the I'm not looking for a relationship, but down the chill card after acting like we're dating for 2 months. Now I know guys who do this.
Yeah.
Acting like they in the we doing everything that a couple do, but you telling me, oh, I'm just we cool, we figuring
cool.
this
I ain't
thing
looking
out.
for a relationship. I thought we was just
Hey, I
fun.
said in the beginning, I don't know what I'm looking for.
Right. And that still holds.
Yeah, it's
So
still,
then why
it's
you
still
over
true.
here looking at me?
Because we having fun. Why mess that up with all these questions?
Oh, okay, hold on.
Right, Ryan? Like, why mess it up, man? I thought we was doing us.
So, Ryan, you've done that before, Ryan?
Why we gotta
done that one before.
So hold on, when
why we
gotta
gotta label
though,
things?
Josh,
That's how the argument is. Like, why we gotta
can
put
I have a
labels
moment of
on stuff,
transparency,
man?
guys? When a guy, when you're talking to someone, you know whether it can get serious within like the first few weeks.
If you really like her, I guess.
Like, how much time would give women a little tidbit? Like, if a guy ain't trying to lock you down in 2 to 3 months, he really don't like you. He's searching for something else.
I will say this. I do believe, and maybe Josh can attest to this, I will say probably within a month of talking to somebody, you do know whether or not you see a future with them.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay.
Absolutely.
This one right here.
And don't right.
Y'all hear
and
that?
some more than that,
The
though.
guys letting y'all know.
If don't force somebody, we know within a month. So after past that month, and we ain't let y'all know, you ain't it.
Yeah.
True.
So you choose
as the woman. It's your responsibility to
you
move
make
on.
a choice
or
to
decide
keep
if you want to
going.
do it. Yeah.
And having fun. Just,
This guy
hanging
this
out.
one right here said, now guy put this one up. He said, when she played you so well, you have to give her a round of applause because it's rare to see women in male-dominated fields. You ever had somebody play you, so like, dang.
Yeah, I got played back in the day.
Ooh. Seen somebody out with somebody else, you thought you was the one?
Nah, not like that.
Oh, that never happened to
Nah, I ain't never, I'm
trick
talking about
like
like on some puppy love
It's
type
so
stuff.
many, Ryan. Hold on.
me
He
as
grabbed
well.
my phone
Like-
when he thought I was asleep. As he was going through it, I said, when you done, go cry outside. I'm trying to sleep.
Damn, if a girl say that, I will listen.
We got to go to this one, Maria.
Okay, go ahead. Which
I will
one? Which
listen
one,
if a
Ryan?
girl say
When
that.
he brings up something I lied about a day ago, so I tell him we can't move forward if you keep living in the past.
You the king of that one right there.
Nah, I don't. What happened?
Men
say what
think
now?
the past is like 20 minutes ago. Anything you bring up 20 minutes ago.
I mean, if it was
it's the
yesterday, we can't go forward.
But see how
Maria.
women see? That's
Maria, see, this is why we
gotta
still
flip it on
living in the
them. We
past.
gotta flip it on them, ladies. They like that. I
If
told
a
y'all last
woman-
week. What?
If I asked Maria, like, where was she at today? And she told me she was running, and I was out there looking for her. And even though she still told me she was out, and I'm like, she ain't there. And then she come, and then the next day I say, hold up, man. So where was you yesterday? Like, man, we keep living in the past, man. Like, you keep asking me, why you keep asking me the same question? That's something a dude would say. I will call Maria out, be like, man, you acting like a dude.
Hey, it's facts though. We got one more break
But
to take,
that is
Ryan.
facts.
One more break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hey, Josh, don't be sad. Welcome back to the return. What's you still pondering on that, Josh?
Well, I was pondering because that's basically what women would say. Don't get mad when I pull a you on you.
Thank you.
Don't get mad when
People
I
don't
pull
like when
a
you treat them like they treat you.
on you.
I told y'all last week the key to a good relationship be mean to a man.
Maria.
They like that. Keep it spicy.
Maria, I'm gonna be mad if you pull a me on me.
How
You pull a me on me.
Hold on, could you date you? Ryan, could you date someone just like you?
Nah, cause I'm a dude.
Like if you're like, okay, at the end of the day, I'm noble,
I don't
I'm
wanna
honest,
date a dude.
I'm nice,
I
I'm
wanna date
loyal.
someone act
Probably
like
not. I'd probably be too bored.
You boring? You like
It's
to
a
stay home with
balance.
you?
Not necessarily
it's a
that mean
balance.
I'm boring. I just mean I would need somebody that's different.
Right.
Keep
Okay.
you on your
Opposites attract.
toes. Yeah,
Right.
that
Right.
sort of
Stay
thing.
keep you on
You
your
see how
toes.
crazy Maria is? I'm the balance.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't both be
Josh,
nutcases.
like, let's go home and take naps. I'm like, what?
But I could last with somebody like me. I'm like, man, we taking naps together, chilling.
They gonna need that.
It'll be
they gonna need
chill,
that
but like you said,
semaglutide.
Ryan,
They gonna be calling Infinity Whole Health.
That's the
I
age
get
difference between
injectables.
me and Ryan.
Uh-huh.
As Ryan ages now, he'll probably, you know what, I do need somebody like me, cause peace.
Yeah.
But while he's young, he needs somebody to be like ready to go,
In the
ready to go
streets.
and get it.
Right.
Like, man, we want to go out. I was going to chill on the couch, but let's go.
Josh, we gotta stop talking about this because there's a
Go
big
ahead.
game coming up this week, and I gotta call out Nick Padone, and
Right.
actually you too,
I'm about to
Ryan,
say, Ryan.
and Rob, because
Ryan too. About to say
all
you
of
can't
them,
let him
I
all
off
know.
these
the hook.
Nordonia,
Yes, I
is it
know.
Nordonia or
The
Nordonia?
true Knights.
Nordonia.
The true was in full effect.
Yeah, they were Friday night. And
34?
but we got called into some beef that we were like, wait a minute, Nick Padone, you called us out like
Ryan
this?
on IG, on Twitter.
But then we won and the group chat went silent. And I even invited them to the game too. But like, y'all want to witness this greatness of the Hoban night?
See it at all.
Hoban recruits were homegrown. Good night.
Yeah. So this week the Hoban
we have neighborhood talent.
Yeah. This week the Hoban Knights face off for
Walsh.
part 2
Yes.
of Walsh.
They call it the Holy Battle.
The Holy Battle is in full effect.
Yeah.
And this means more.
Yeah.
I think the Hoban Knights will take it. Walsh won the game last time they met at Walsh. This game will be played at Twinsburg Friday at 7 p.m.
We're going to be there. It's going to be Cody. You know the snow might be coming, right? Ryan, how much time we got?
20 seconds?
10 seconds.
God dang it. The snow's coming. Get your thermal gear. Friday night, go home.
She gonna ask me about. She want me to buy me some long johns.
Some long. It's gonna be cold out there. You guys, we love y'all so much for watching. Go Cavs, go Browns against the Steelers, and we'll see y'all next time.
Let's go, dogs.